Here we go. Episode 1. Hi, we're Robert and Julia with Dayz, and we wanted to start coming to you on a weekly basis to share with you the good, the bad, the ugly of news as it pertains to cruising and getting things going again with getting us all back out on the seas. So
by trade, we're real estate agents, and we do this on a weekly basis for our business, but our passion is definitely cruising. We love cruising, we love vlogging our cruising adventures and sharing it with everybody, and preparing for the adventures, half the fun. And so we just want to start sharing that on a weekly basis, and
along the way we'll share our plans, our history as far as cruising and traveling goes, and then of course we'll look forward to share with you what we have scheduled on the books too.
So in our other vlogs, we usually start with a joke. Do you want me to start with a cruise joke?
Yeah, go ahead. Start us off.
I don't have one. No, I do, actually.
I hope you do.
I have a cruise joke.
You brought it up.
Okay. A very nervous first-time cruiser met the captain at the welcome reception. Okay. Do ships like this sink very often, he asked. No, said the captain. Usually it's just the once.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
I'll try to make them better as we go.
We also usually do history, a bit of history just to kind of
I'll
reflect.
probably usually just do one or two history points related to cruising, and obviously it's a sad one for this week. April 14th, 15th, 1912, it's the 109th anniversary, the Titanic sank.
Yes.
Over 1,500 people perished and 700 survived. So a sad moment in cruising history. Hopefully,
it is a sad moment.
Future cruising history will be a little on a happier side. So
definitely.
So before we get too far into this, I wanted to kind of go over the rules.
Oh,
Check
the rules.
Rules.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to drink?
No.
Are you sure?
All right. What have you got over there?
A little bit. I thought we would do a wine of the week.
Okay, wine of the week.
Okay.
I'm somewhat open to that. What is the wine this week?
Okay, we have a Pinot Noir. This is called Run Riot. It's Central Coast, California. It's a 2019. And the reason I like it, other than it's really good, but the price, usually, Pinot Noirs are going to run you a good one,
$40.
$15 to $40, yeah. This is one I picked up at Costco by the case. They had a case sale, regularly $120, and I got it for $80 on sale. So that comes out to $6.33 a bottle for Pinot Noir.
For those of you who don't know, Costco is a big box warehouse store like Sam's Club throughout the United States. Those are kind of the two main ones. And it's good. Any other rules we need to iron out right now?
I'm sure there'll be more that'll come up, but that was the most important one to me right now. Is can I drink during this?
All right. Well, I do want to share some of the news because that's what we're here for, right?
Okay.
Well, this Wednesday, we have the senators from Florida and Alaska have written a bill to cease the CDC cruise guidance by July 4th. The July 4th date, as we know, President Biden has kind of set that as a line in the sand for every American to be vaccinated. So the Florida and Alaska says, all right, well, we want our industry back. We want to be able to cruise. We want to get tourism going again, and we'd like to abide by that July 4th CDC. So that's just a line in the sand that they're drawing.
Yep. They'd love to get cruising back in Florida and for sure Alaska, although there's interesting.
There's 11
information
residents in Juneau that say otherwise, but we'll get to that in a minute.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah. The CDC, however, on Thursday answered with, they don't want you to go cruising still. They still feel like it's very unsafe. It's a level 4. And we all know about some of the requirements that they've set last week on cruising and how ridiculous some of them seemed. So CDC is still saying it's not time yet. It's not time. So
we'll see how that goes.
We'll see. There's kind of a tug of war going on between the industry and between CDC. So. Another news, Norwegian Cruise Line allows you now to convert your future cruise credit that you've already banked into a refund of your original fare paid. So that if they've canceled a cruise on you and they've offered a future cruise credit, an FCC, then they're offering to refund you that. Now, that of course doesn't include any incentives to take the future cruise credit. Hundreds of dollars sometimes they offer percentage and this and that they may have offered, but they're offering to go ahead and refund your original fare.
And we've taken advantage of those incentives on the 2 cruises so far that we have booked. And we're going to go over the details in that next week, maybe.
And how many times they've been moved and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go over that next week. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so then coming to Juneau and our 11 residents there, they filed an affidavit for 3 ballot incentives to allow... Initiatives, to allow residents of Alaska's capital city of Juneau to limit cruise ship business.
So what percentage of the Juneau population is 11 people? That's like 50%?
No, it's far less than that, but as we know, Juneau is not very big, and their full-time residents that would be allowed to be voting can't be that many.
Right.
We'll have to find out. I'll have to find out for you. Okay, so the 3 ballot incentives, one of them makes sense to me, the other 2 I don't like so much. Limit cruise ship hours. No cruise ship with capacity more than 250 passengers may be at dock or at anchor between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. So no overnight.
They may not be at dock? Oh, now Juneau, you don't dock in Juneau, right? Isn't that a tender port?
I think they all are, aren't they?
No.
Skagway's not.
Skagway's not, but...
Skagway's the one with the train that comes by it.
It's right by it. But
yeah.
The other 2,
the other 2 main ones that we're talking about are Juneau and Ketchikan. And I feel like Ketchikan you walk off.
Oh, it says at dock or at anchor.
Or at anchor, yeah. So either
on
one.
Saturdays. On Saturdays.
No, Saturday's the next one. That's ship-free Saturdays. So no ships capacity more than 250 passengers may dock or at anchor on Saturdays. That's the one that I'm like, no, come on, Juneau.
Let's go back to the first one because I'm still confused.
Okay.
I'm kind of blowing this up on you. Sorry about that. But no cruise ship with a capacity of more than 250 passengers may be at dock or at anchor between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m.
Right, no overnight docking or anchoring.
Oh, I guess you only stop for one day, so you can't be
on
there
most
before.
Cruises, yeah, before you can't.
Yeah, you cannot be there before 7 a.m. and you have to be gone by 7 p.m.
Right.
Fair enough.
To me, that's all right. I get it. They want some time off. Basically,
no late night stays.
Yeah, no late nights. Yeah.
Okay.
The next one is the Saturdays.
Okay.
250 passengers or more, which is most cruise ships.
Okay. I wonder if any of these 11 residents are business owners.
I doubt it.
Because I imagine the business owners would not feel this way.
All right. Cruise ship size limit. No cruise ship larger than 1,000 gross tonnage may be docked.
Much?
100,000. I'm sorry. 100,000 gross tonnage may be at dock or at anchor after January 1, 2026.
Oh, that's a ways in the future.
I don't know why they're picking that date for sure in the future. I guess just to give it time. I don't know.
Or maybe they have previous agreements that
that
are
could be.
expiring in
Right.
2026.
So to answer your question earlier, well, what ships would kind of classify that? I pulled some of the princess ships.
Okay.
And like the smaller than 100,000 gross tonnage would be like the Pacific, the Island, the Coral, the Sun, the Sea Princess. All of those are smaller ships.
Some of those are not in service anymore.
And some of those aren't in service anymore, true.
But they are
gives you
in
the class size.
Class size, right.
Yeah. The Star, the Grand, the Golden, and I think one of those is not in service anymore either. Those are all just over 100,000 gross tonnage.
Mm-hmm.
And everything up from there is all well over 100,000.
Massive. Yeah.
140-ish gross tonnage. So
interesting.
So moving right along then in cruise news this week, MSC announced that it will have 10 ships sailing in Europe this summer. They only have 15 in their fleet, from what I understand.
I'll drink to
Let's
that.
drink to that. Primarily, they are Western Mediterranean, Eastern Mediterranean, Northern Europe. So that's excellent. I'm excited to see that and see how smoothly they go. As you know, there's already been sailings throughout Germany and Italy, and now we have Israel, I think is starting next month. So that's really good. It's all going to go to showing the CDC that we're ready here in the United States, and we can do the same thing they're doing there in Europe.
The more passengers we can get safely through cruises, the more ammunition we have against the CDC to get this thing going.
Right.
So we've already had 400,000 passengers and 50 cases, and all successfully contained, and no issue, no spread. So if we get that up to 1 million, 2 million passengers, it'll be hard.
It'll be
for
hard
the
for them to argue against it.
Argue against it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Norwegian, one last, couple last news items. Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings CEO gives dock workers at the Port of Miami $100,000 in Visa gift cards.
Each dock worker got 100,000?
Not each. I knew you were going to say that.
Wow, that is very generous.
Total. Just because he knows it's been a rough seasons for the Port of Miami workers, and not being able to have things coming and going as far as the cruise industry. So that was very good of Norwegian.
Very generous, very thoughtful.
Generous.
That's awesome.
On a positive note, and another positive note, Silver Sea Cruises has become the second major cruise line to announce it will require COVID-19 vaccinations. You can look at that positively or negatively, however you prefer, however you view the vaccination requirement. But its global itineraries will start on June 5th. So yay! That is really good news. And let's see here. First cruise, June 5th, will be a 7-day Galapagos Island from Ecuador. No voyages from the United States yet, of course, until August 29th, which will be a 26-day trip to Japan from Anchorage, Alaska. So, wish we could go on that one.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we probably could. It's probably sold out.
That's right. Yeah. Silver Sea Cruises is one of the way more expensive cruise lines too, I think.
Probably a little out of our price range. Yeah.
Fun bit of news I found is Carnival Cruise Line debuts their branded Family Feud board game. We like board games. We like to, even on the cruise ships, we'll bring travel games with us and sit and play, just to relax and watch people watch and listen to
Yahtzee.
And the Piazza. So this one is inspired by the TV show Family Feud. Carnival's edition introduces a new spin to the popular board game with more than 150 questions to test the player's knowledge of Carnival and seagoing vacations in general. Sample questions include name a famous captain.
Stupid.
Captain Stubing, yeah. And name something you'd hate to forget when packing for a cruise.
Your passport?
My toothbrush.
Mm.
So yeah, that's
2 extra bottles of wine.
Yeah, extra bottles of wine. That is your cruise news for this week.
Okay. I had a couple just inconsequential
Pieces?
facts that
Okay.
I thought were interesting.
Excellent.
You always see people putting cucumber on their eye. You wonder why they do that. Well, the physical benefits of putting cucumber on the eye are that it helps to improve the appearance of puffiness and dryness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That makes
that
sense.
makes sense.
I found this one even more interesting.
We like to go to the spa on the cruise ships too. That's
Yes.
another reason why we focus on
Love
those
that.
spa kind of things.
So the Egyptians, this is very ancient history. Ancient Egyptians bathed in crocodile dung. It was believed to have some kind of anti-aging properties, and it was a belief widespread enough that ancient Greeks and Romans combined it with heated mud to form a mud bath, which they'd soak in for hours, or more simply would apply it as a face mask.
I'm never going to look at a mud bath again the same.
This also sounds incredibly unpleasant. Probably didn't smell very well.
Oh, I would think not.
But not quite as awful as being the guy who had to find all that crocodile poop without getting eaten and becoming crocodile poop himself.
Oh, man. Oh, wow.
We'll leave you with that.
We'll
this
leave
week.
you with that. What to look forward to next week, though.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to talk about our travel plans for the rest of the year. We have a couple really great trips planned. We're just kind of biding our time. It's been since January since we traveled. So yeah, we're looking forward to the next trip for sure. And our next cruises, of course. And we wanted to kind of share with you what we paid for them, what they included, because a lot of the cruise lines are offering so many different incentives. And we have quite a few of those on our future bookings. So that's great.
We'll go over all of that.
We'll go over all that next week.
Okay, that concludes episode 1. We'll look back at this at episode 200 and go, oh my gosh, that was awful.
Can't believe it.
Stinkaroo.
Have a good week, you guys. We'll look forward to some happy news this week.
Happy sailing. Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Okay.
We're Robert and Julia with Dayz. All right. We'll have to warm up here.
Okay.
Episode 1 again.